DNA, the stuff you're made of. Here's what we already know about DNA. Okay, DNA is pretty much the key to every living thing. If you are living, you have DNA inside your cells. DNA gives us a code. And that code allows us to make proteins. And if you remember back to the unit on macromolecules, not quite unit 2, it was a little bit right before spring break. Proteins make up or make everything in our bodies. So your saliva is made of protein, your hair is made of protein, your nails are made of protein, your muscles are made of protein, your stomach acid has proteins in it. Without proteins, you would not be able to live. So that's why DNA is so important. Scientist is Mr. Oswald Avery. So through scientific research, made differences between one family and another. Before Oswald Avery came along, we didn't know what that was. And then through his work, we discovered that DNA is the stuff that transmits genetic information from one generation to the next. Important person is this devilishly handsome fellow, Erwin Chargaff, okay? Erwin Chargaff took a look at DNA and he said DNA is made of 4 important nitrogen bases. And we're going to learn about those tomorrow when we do the structure of DNA. But they're adenine, which is A, thymine, T, guanine, G, and cytosine, C. And that in every single person, the number of adenine is equal to thymine, so A equals T, and guanine is equal to cytosine, G equals C. If that is not true, then you have a mutation. Now, we're all sitting here, and I can guarantee to you that every single person in this room has mutations in their DNA. But they're what we call silent mutations. They don't have an effect on our bodies. They're not going to cause us a genetic disorder or for us to be lactose intolerant or have sickle cell anemia or hemophilia. Some mutations do, but most of us don't have any of those really serious mutations. Is a woman by the name of Rosalind Franklin. Now, Rosalind Franklin kind of got the short end of the stick as far as DNA discoveries go. So her work was really important. She was something called an X-ray crystallographer, which means her job was to take X-rays of living things. And she actually took an X-ray of the shape of DNA. And that right down there is a real copy of what the picture looked like. The thing is that after she took this picture and did all this hard work, this very important work, her lab partner went and sold it to our other 2 scientists, our last 2 scientists. And I will tell you this, for some reason, when I made the notes, they did not get copied onto the notes, so you're going to have to squeeze them in wherever you can find room. Ironically, they're the 2 most important ones you need to know, so make sure you don't forget where you put them in the notes. But their names are James Watson and Rosalind Franklin's lab aide took the X-ray that she had taken, and he gave it to James Watson and Francis Crick, and using that X-ray, they were able to determine that DNA's shape is a double helix. And the shape of DNA is really important because it is what allows DNA to be replicated so easily in mitosis and meiosis. And Watson and Crick actually went on to get a Nobel Prize for this in like 1956, I believe. And Rosalind Franklin, who was a big contributor to their discovery, didn't get anything. No recognition, no Nobel Prize, nothing.